Okay, I call this effect oil and water. And as you may know, oil and water separate because of a difference in density. And often that same property holds for red and black cards. Okay, and so that's what we're going to look at today. So what we need is 6 red cards and 6 black cards. And it really doesn't matter which cards they are. Okay, so maybe I'll choose, okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red. And then I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 black. Okay, so 6 red and 6 black. Spectators free to choose those. That's just fine. Okay. And now have the spectator tell you how to stack these. Maybe we'll stack the red ones at the top and the black ones at the bottom. That would be just fine. Okay. Now, to show that red cards and black cards separate in a very similar way to oil and water, we're going to mix these two sets of cards together really well and then wait just a few moments and see if it's actually true that they do separate. Okay, so what we're going to do to begin kind of mixing the cards, and you're going to decide just about everything here, is I'll go ahead and just deal out into 2 piles. How would you like these piles stacked? Right on left? Okay, very good. I'm also going to deal out into 3 piles. But you're actually free to dictate kind of where things go. Where should I start the next level? In the middle and then left, right? Okay, what about now? Far right, far left, center. Okay, right, center, left. Okay, very good. Which of these would you like me to pick up first? The middle one? Okay, that's fine. Left one, and then the right one. Okay, very, very good. And from here we can actually surely shuffle the cards, which really kind of scrambles them. Or if you're here, you could just randomly cut them. That would be just fine. Okay, and then as a final mixing procedure that does a really good job is we'll deal out into 4 piles, like so. Okay, and now we're going to, quote, fold the piles from left to right, right to left, inside out or outside in. So it's your choice. Any 4 of those would be great in helping us mix up these cards thoroughly. You just want to go from left to right? Okay, that's just fine. So let me just tidy these up since I made such a big mess. Okay, so left to right, I'll show you how this works. You just kind of fold it over, kind of like pages in a book. You fold that little packet over and then fold this packet over. Okay? So let's go ahead and just leave the cards for just, 15 to 20 seconds. That's normally enough time for these cards to just separate themselves, the reds from the blacks, just like oil separates from water. So we'll just wait another 5 seconds. Okay. I don't know. I'm feeling like maybe they did separate as predicted here. So how would we know? Let's go ahead and just check. Okay, so we have a black, 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 and black. What are these? Well, just by the numbers, I think they'll all have to be red. They separated perfectly, as anticipated. So there really is a fundamental difference between red and black cards. Okay, well, how does this work? Okay, this routine uses a few ideas taught on my channel. But I'm hoping to keep this video short and encourage people to look elsewhere on my channel for further explanations of the underlying principles. But at the very least, I thought I would give you a peek under the hood as to what's really going on. Okay, and one way to see what's really going on is to perform all of this face up. Okay, so why don't we go ahead, we'll put the reds, 6 red on top of the 6 black. Okay, so ordinarily, of course, these would be face down, and it doesn't matter if the reds or blacks are on top or bottom. That doesn't make a difference. Okay, but to help you here, we'll have the cards face up. Okay, so if you remember, what we did first was we did a left and right pile, right? So I'm going to kind of deal them like this so you can kind of see what's going on here. Okay, so that's where the first dealing brings us. Okay, so you have 3 red at the top of each half and 3 black. Okay, so there certainly is a symmetry here. Those are identical in terms of color distribution there. And for that reason, actually, it doesn't matter how you stack these. Okay, you're going to get the same looking packet after that. Okay, and then if you remember, what I did was I dealt into 3 piles. And so you can go like 1, 2, 3, like that. And then if you just kind of pay attention to what's going on, right? So those are all black. Now the next set of 3, let me move these up, darn it, give you some space to see things here. The next 3 are red. And if you remember, I gave you an option as to, okay, how do we build the next level, okay, of the piles? And it won't make any difference. The next set of 3 are all black, so it doesn't matter. Maybe they want that one there. Now, it is important to finish a level, right, before you go on to the next level. Okay, you don't want to do like 2 into this one and then finish these off later. Okay, so it doesn't actually matter here. That one can go there or here. Okay, now look at the structure of each of these packets. This is key here. This is what gives it away. Okay, there is a symmetry here, and really they have identical color distributions. So the top cards, as you can see, are black, red, black, red. Okay, so if you look at that, it won't matter how we stack these 3 piles. We are guaranteed to get an alternating packet of black and red cards. Okay, well, if this is the top of the deck, it'd be red and black, sorry. But alternating in color. So a spectator can say, okay, pick up this one first, that's fine, and then maybe this one, and then the middle one, okay? So those choices will not make any difference, okay? So once again, if we view this as the top, right, we were supposed to, so it's going to be red, black all the way through. Okay, so this is a cyclic construction now. Well, since it's alternating, you can perform as many Charlier shuffles or random cuttings as you like. It won't hurt that. Now, it might change the color of the top card, but that won't pose any problems for us. Okay, and then from there, what you do is, in fact, maybe I'll slide this over now. I think you've seen the key information there. Okay, so I just want to, we're dealing out into 4. Now, it is important here that you deal from left to right. I mean, that you don't do this random building up of the levels like we did for 3 piles. Okay, so that's important too. to not do, you have to kind of be systematic, dealing from left to right or right to left, which is, normally how it's done. But just look what's happening here. Those are all black. These are all red. These are all black. And these are all red. Okay? And so I gave you 4 choices, and all 4 would work just fine. I said we could take these packets and fold them onto each other from left to right, which is what I went with in the performance, or right to left, inside out. So these would go you take these and flip them and set them on top of those, and then you randomly flip either one of these and set it on top of the other, or outside in. So you could go take these, flip them, and set them down on top of the middle piles, and then randomly flip either one of these, maybe this one, and stack it on top. Okay, but all 4 of those choices, folding from left to right, right to left, inside out, or outside in, will end up with the reds and blacks facing opposite directions. So that's exactly what you want to confirm that, in fact, red and black cards are like oil and water. They will separate if they're left long enough. Okay, so anyway, so you would fold these, right, and try to do it in a way that you're not showing the colors, right? In the performance, of course, these were face down. Maybe we'll just kind of remind you of that here. Okay, so in the actual performance, everything's done face down. So if you're going to go, let's say, from right to left, be kind of neat and tidy in terms of folding that. Don't show too many cards below the top one that they'll have to see, and then fold like that. Okay, so it just helps them from seeing the punchline before the reveal. okay? And then you just let it sit for 20 seconds or something and let it kind of marinate or something. Let it kind of do its job to repulse each other, the red and black ink, right? So like oil and water. And then go ahead and just pick them up and say, well, let's just see if it's true that red and black cards left on their own will actually separate from each other. So you can just kind of show, can slowly, well, let's see, these are all red here. Whoa, whoa. And then you can actually show the rest are all face down, and guess what? They are all black. Okay, so this is an original oil and water routine. There's many oil and water routines out there. I'm not even sure which performance is the truly original one that was first demonstrated for the world. But this one here, I don't believe anyone's done it before. I mean, this is one that I devised just today, actually. So if you share this one, I doubt anyone has seen this exact routine for an oil and water performance. So anyway, I appreciate you watching, and take a look at other videos on the Absolute Math Magic channel.